I've tested some of these mics in ways that if an audio engineer ever saw this video, he would ream me. We're going to test 4 microphones today. We have the Blue Baby Bottle SL, then we have the Electro Voice RE20, Earthworks Icon Pro, and then Audio Technica 403B. The microphone that you've been hearing is the Blue Baby Bottle SL, and it's been on screen. It's been within about 6 inches of my mouth. Now, the thing that I want to test is how good does this sound when you boom it? So let's try booming this. I did get a new boom arm. I think that's essential if you want a compact, easy to use setup. So I'll review that in the future, but let's boom this microphone. This is what a large diaphragm condenser microphone sounds like when you boom it. The problem is, if you don't have a well-treated room, this is probably not a great idea for you. This is a well-treated room, and it probably sounds a little more echoey than it did before. You can actually see the mic just a little bit here. Normally, on my YouTube videos, I'm zoomed in a little bit more, and so I could have this about here, but this is what the Baby Bottle Blue SL sounds like when you boom it. So now we are going to switch over, and we are going to switch over to the Electro Voice RE20. All right, so now we have the Electro Voice RE20 on here. Just checking my levels, make sure I'm close and far enough. I've never really used a large diaphragm dynamic mic. I want you to hear how this sounds. This is a different type of microphone. This is the kind of microphone that you're going to see if you're looking for a podcast microphone. So I'm gonna try booming this. This is a dynamic mic, and what that means is these do need to be really close to your mouth, so it might not even work very well. So we're gonna try it out and see what you think. All right, so this is what the Electro Voice RE20 sounds like when I'm booming it out of the frame. If you like this, I think this is a great option. It is a solid mic, it's hefty, it's gonna last you a long time. So let's move on to the Earthworks Icon Pro. All right, so this is the Earthworks Icon Pro. This is a small diaphragm condenser microphone, and so what that means is essentially it's the same as this guy here, but it's not a pencil microphone. So if you look at it, the body is large, it's heavy. I remember from my previous video that the top end was too crispy for me, I guess is maybe the best way to say it. And what that means is it just didn't have the sound that I wanted for my voice. And that's the whole point of this. I want you to find a microphone that fits your voice, that sounds good, and let's go ahead and boom it and see how that sounds. All right, so here is the Earthworks Icon Pro boomed. It does make a great boom mic because inside it is a smaller, in fact, it's smaller and skinnier than this is, and it is a small diaphragm condenser microphone. And so if you have an untreated room, this probably is not your best option unless you're gonna have it right next to your mouth. If you're gonna have it right next to your mouth, any of these microphones are going to do great. So the next one we are going to is the most expensive of the lineup. It is the Audio Technica 403B. All right, so now we have the Audio Technica 403B here on my boom arm, and I already know I like the sound of this one. It does sound better to me when it's closer like this. This is again about 6 inches away from my mouth. Really, I just want to give you some sound samples. I want you to be able to hear these. I want you to be able to know what you're going to get from as far as a microphone goes and what use cases you can use it for. This is what this sounds like right up against my mouth. I am going to boom this. This one is the only one of the bunch that is intended to be a boom mic. All right, so now I have the Audio Technica 403B boomed right here. Again, this is the most expensive of the bunch. It does sound really good. If you are going to be doing YouTube videos where you absolutely do not want the mic on screen ever, this is going to be the option that I would go for. All right, so I went back and I listened to samples of each of these microphones, and I was really shocked by the results. As far as a boomed mic goes, if having a microphone boomed is important to you, my least favorite by far was the Earthworks Icon Pro. The reason for that is it picked up a lot more reverb. The thing that I think happened is that it bounces off my desk and then my computer screen, and that's enough reverb that it picks it up. And I was shocked that the Electro Voice RE20 actually sounded pretty decent. It boomed a dynamic large diaphragm microphone actually sounded really good. And almost every video that I've seen, there's almost no mention of doing this. Every time I've seen it, it says it's a terrible idea. If you want to boom it, you are going to need a lot of gain, because I almost had to turn it all the way up to be able to boom it. But up close I needed a lot less. So it actually sounded pretty good. This one did shock me because the Audio Technica 403B is made to be boomed. It is made for video, and it wasn't my favorite. That shocked me. This is number one for booming, which is part of the reason I made this video, because if you go on YouTube, you're going to find best microphone for video. When you search, you're going to find Curtis Judd's video on best microphones for indoor dialogue, and they are all pencil microphones. And they do really well if you're going to be booming this, so basically holding this on a stick for a while. You don't want to be holding this. This is going to be way too heavy. But for us on YouTube, you're going to have some sort of arm holding it. You're not going to have to be carrying this. And so, in my opinion, if you have a well-treated studio and you're looking for kind of that warmth in the low end, the Baby Bottle was a lot better. So now let's go through the ones that I liked best. Close up on my voice. Again, my least favorite was the Earthworks Icon Pro. It's just not the sound that I'm going for. It is very accurate. It sounds really good if that's what you want. If you want that crisp, real true to life sound, that's what you want. The Electro Voice RE20 also wasn't my favorite because it does give that podcast voice. If you like the Joe Rogan, broadcast voice type feel, this is going to be amazing. In my opinion, from samples I've listened to anyway, this is better than the SM7B. It gives just a beautiful sound for podcasting. That's not the sound I'm going for. It was third place for me. Now this is where things really shocked me because I figured this would be first place and it wasn't. It was second place. Again, it just didn't do what I wanted. I want more fullness and warmth in the bottom, and it didn't quite do that for me. So again, the Baby Bottle SL is my favorite. And so what shocked me here is that we've gone through these and I liked it better than all of the rest. This mount comes with it. It is beautiful. I love having this on camera. I'm excited to do some calls and be able to kind of show this off. Don't think you have to spend on the high end. There are microphones that are $1,200, but I want to help you find the best bang for the buck. And from what I can tell, between $400 and $600 for YouTube is kind of that range. So spending ridiculous amounts of money on a microphone just isn't worth it in my opinion. If you want the best sound for YouTube, these are going to be the options that I would recommend. Blue Baby Bottle SL is my favorite option of all the ones that I've tried, but some of these might work better for you. If you want that podcast sound, RE20 is amazing. If you want crystal clear, maybe you have a deep voice and you want to kind of bring it up a little bit and accentuate the top, this is going to be great for you. Or maybe you do, some sort of B-roll that you are booming a mic and you need really good sound that way. And, the Audio Technica 403B would be great for you. And tested some of these mics in ways that if an audio engineer ever saw this video, he would ream me because it's not the way they were supposed to be used. But I really don't care how they're supposed to be used. What I care about is getting you the best sound for YouTube. And in my opinion, a large diaphragm condenser mic, this Blue Baby Bottle SL, meets my criteria. It sounds great boomed. It sounds great up close. It looks good on camera. And that's important. If you're going to have a microphone on camera, in my opinion, it should look good. And it also shouldn't break the bank. This is the king, the crown, the winner, the best microphone for YouTube, at least for those looking for that nice, warm, rich sound. And so thank you so much for watching this very long video. I hope this was helpful, but until next time, we'll see you then.